everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the like. It's going to change the way you see relationships forever. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever stopped texting a woman, pulled back, and felt a sudden tension, almost like the universe itself was watching you? That uncomfortable void, that creeping thought, what is she thinking? Is she over me? That's exactly what we're going to uncover today. Here's the truth that no one tells men. The moment you stop giving a woman constant attention, the dynamic shifts. And I don't mean in a trivial surface-level way. I mean deep, primal, psychological territory. Women are wired to notice absence. The mind doesn't just sit quietly when something familiar disappears. It starts filling in the blanks, projecting, analyzing, even obsessing. Your silence becomes a mirror that reflects her desires, her doubts, her fear of loss. And make no mistake, this is powerful. When you stop texting, replying instantly, or chasing, she suddenly begins to feel what she may never have admitted to herself before. That pull she felt for you, the spark, the curiosity, the attraction, it awakens like a sleeping beast. She starts replaying your conversations, dissecting your tone, remembering your laughs, the subtle glances, the inside jokes that only existed between you. Every interaction you had, every small gesture you made, suddenly holds more weight than it ever did when you were constantly there. Some men panic at this point. They check their phones obsessively, convinced that silence equals loss. But what most men don't realize is that this exact pause, this very vacuum, can become a magnet. It forces her to confront her true feelings without the distraction of your constant presence. She begins to wonder, why isn't he reaching out? Did I do something wrong? Does he even care? And in that uncertainty, a powerful shift occurs. Here's where it gets fascinating. The woman who was once confident, casual, even distant, now begins an internal dialogue she can't control. She asks herself questions she never considered. She starts noticing your value, your absence, and how it makes her feel in ways she can't articulate. This isn't manipulation, it's human psychology. The very act of pulling back isn't cold or cruel. It's a mirror that forces her to measure what she truly feels. By the time you decide to engage again, if you do it with awareness, she's no longer seeing the man she could take for granted. She's seeing the man who exists beyond her reach, the man whose attention is earned, not given. And that changes everything. Her mindset, her desire, her actions. Now, let's get deeper, because this is where most men completely miss what's happening. The moment you stop contacting her, her brain starts running scenarios faster than she can even notice. She's asking herself questions she never asked when you were always available. Does he care? Did I misread him? Am I overthinking this? Every memory, every laugh, every shared moment starts echoing in her mind, and it doesn't just sit there quietly. It grows, it sharpens, it pulls her toward clarity she didn't have before. Here's the part most men don't understand. Absence triggers reflection, and reflection triggers emotion, and emotion, raw, unfiltered, urgent emotion, is what drives behavior. When she realizes you are no longer just a text away, her attention, which may have wandered, snaps back to you like a magnet. But it's not just about missing you, it's about confronting the reality of her feelings. She begins to ask herself if she even wants to let you go, if she was taking your presence for granted, and whether she's ready to act on desire she's been avoiding. You might notice subtle shifts almost immediately. She might start liking your social media posts in ways she never did before. Maybe she texts you lightly, teasingly, testing if you'll respond. Or maybe she stays silent, letting curiosity build, letting the tension mount. Because when you pull back, the power of anticipation becomes unbearable. She's experiencing that old magnetic pull that she tried to suppress, and your silence amplifies it. This is where the psychology becomes intense. She's not consciously calculating every move, her subconscious is doing it. And here's the secret that men rarely grasp. The more emotionally unavailable you appear, the more she is forced to confront her desire for you. The absence doesn't create distance, it creates focus. Your withdrawal becomes a spotlight on your value, and suddenly everything you do, everything you say, carries weight she can't ignore. And let me be clear, this isn't about playing games or testing her. This is about understanding human psychology at its most primal level. You are no longer a man she takes for granted. You are the man whose presence feels rare, whose attention is valuable, whose absence demands reflection. The shift is subtle but seismic. It changes the energy between you, makes her think about you differently, and ignites curiosity and desire that were quietly simmering all along. By stopping contact strategically, you allow her mind and heart to catch up to what she may have been ignoring. The fact that she wants you in ways she might not admit out loud. And that's when real transformation begins. Because now, she's thinking about you, feeling the tension, and realizing she can't just take you for granted anymore. Now, let's talk about what actually happens inside her when you stop reaching out. This is where most men completely misread signals, because the changes aren't always obvious. They're subtle, internal, almost invisible. But they're powerful. She begins replaying your interactions over and over, analyzing every word, every tone, every pause. That casual conversation you had last week? Suddenly it feels like a message hidden in plain sight. That joke you laughed about together. It becomes a memory she can't shake. Her mind starts connecting dots she didn't even know existed, and her emotions start running ahead of her logic. You'll notice shifts in how she engages, if she engages at all. Some women will reach out, testing the waters with a light, almost playful message. "Hey, how's your day?" Or a meme she knows will make you smile. But others will hold back, silently wondering if you'll chase. That tension, that uncertainty, is exactly what starts to reshape her perception of you. She's no longer seeing the man she could take for granted. She's seeing someone who exists beyond reach, someone whose attention is rare and valuable. And that changes everything. Here's the hard truth many men miss. Women crave challenge, but not games. They want a man whose presence matters, whose absence makes a difference. When you pull back, you stop feeding the predictable cycle of attention, and her mind starts filling the void. She feels your absence, and in that emptiness, desire grows. It doesn't scream, it simmers quietly, persistently. And the longer it simmers, the more clarity she gains about what she truly wants. Some men panic, thinking silence equals loss, but real power lies in restraint. When you allow her to feel the vacuum, you give her the space to recognize your value on her own. Her attraction shifts from casual interest to urgent curiosity. She begins noticing things she overlooked before, the way you move, the way you speak, the way you make her feel without even trying. Small details she ignored become proof of your uniqueness, proof of your worth. This is when the dynamic truly flips. Her thoughts about you are no longer background noise, they dominate her attention. Her emotions, which were once quiet, now demand acknowledgement. And here's the kicker, she may not even understand why she feels so strongly. She's wrestling with subconscious realizations about desire, connection, and the power of absence. And you didn't even have to say a word. You just pulled back and suddenly, everything changed. Now let's get into the behaviors she starts showing when your absence hits her, because this is where the truth becomes impossible to ignore. Women rarely act without feeling first. When you stop contacting her, her mind is flooded with feelings she can't contain. Some women will start seeking subtle ways to get your attention, almost unconsciously. A like on social media, a story view, a message that's casual but loaded with curiosity. These aren't coincidences, they're her subconscious signaling, testing whether you're truly distant or if she still holds sway. Other women go silent, letting tension build, watching from afar as you remain unavailable. This is a high-stakes psychological move, even if she doesn't realize it. She's gauging your response, analyzing whether your absence is temporary, deliberate, or permanent. In this silence, she experiences that gnawing pull, that ache of curiosity that's impossible to ignore. It's not just longing, it's introspection. She begins asking herself questions she wouldn't have considered if you were constantly present. Do I really want him? Did I take him for granted? What would it feel like to lose him? Pay attention because these behaviors reveal something powerful. Her attraction isn't just about desire, it's about recognition. She's starting to see the weight of what she's been missing. When she initiates contact, even lightly, it's not casual. It's her mind signaling that your absence has shifted the dynamic. When she hesitates or seems distant, it's her subconscious wrestling with this new reality. She's trying to balance curiosity, pride, and the undeniable pull she feels toward you. This is the moment most men misinterpret. They think silence equals rejection, or that her lack of immediate response means disinterest. But the truth is almost the opposite. The absence you've created is forcing her to feel the depth of her own emotions. Every glance at your profile, every fleeting thought of you, builds a tension that can no longer be ignored. She's experiencing desire, reflection, and anticipation all at once. And these feelings are far stronger than any casual attention you could have provided. By the time she finally acts, if she does, it's not the same interaction as before. She's no longer approaching a man she assumes will always be available. She's approaching someone who exists beyond reach, someone whose attention must be earned. That shift, subtle, psychological, and profound, is exactly what makes your withdrawals so effective. You're no longer competing with familiarity, you're competing with absence itself. And the way she reacts reveals the true power of what you've done by simply stepping back. Now, let's dive into the emotional triggers that are quietly taking over her mind when you stop contacting her. These aren't obvious, they happen beneath the surface where logic can't reach. Her mind starts replaying moments of connection, moments that seemed ordinary at the time, but now feel significant. That laugh you shared, that story you told, even the way you looked at her, all of it begins to accumulate weight. Suddenly, absence isn't just silence, it's a mirror reflecting her own feelings back at her. Her subconscious begins to measure you against the men around her. Every interaction with someone else feels muted in comparison. The reason isn't arrogance or manipulation, it's memory and contrast. She begins to notice your qualities she previously overlooked, your humor, your confidence, your ability to listen, to make her feel understood. These small truths, once background noise, now take center stage. She starts craving your attention, not just casually but with urgency. She's confronting the reality that she may have underestimated what you mean to her. Then comes the tension, the emotional friction that can't be ignored. She feels a pull toward you that isn't about neediness, it's about recognition. She's realizing that your presence isn't disposable. The absence you created forces her to feel, and feeling is always stronger than thinking. Thoughts alone can't produce the same intensity as emotion. That longing, that subtle ache in her chest, is her mind and heart merging into a single signal. She wants to feel what she felt when you were fully present, but now with a heightened awareness of your value. Some women will act impulsively, sending messages or creating situations that invite your engagement. Others will hesitate, letting anticipation build, testing whether you will stay withdrawn or respond. Both reactions stem from the same source. Your absence has disrupted her comfort zone, forcing her to evaluate her feelings without distraction. She's thinking about you constantly, sometimes even without realizing it, because your withdrawal is a psychological cue she can't ignore. The most important part to understand is this. Her emotions are no longer casual, no longer taken for granted. They are active, urgent, and demanding attention. The shift is invisible but undeniable. By simply stepping back, you've created a scenario where desire, reflection, and anticipation collide inside her, building a tension that pulls her toward action. And this is where true attraction ignites. When she's forced to confront her feelings and realize that she doesn't just want you, she needs the connection she almost lost. Now, let's reveal the final truth. What she does when your absence has fully landed in her mind and heart. By now, she's no longer just thinking about you casually. She's feeling the weight of your absence in every decision, every fleeting moment. That pull she felt before, when you were always available, has transformed into something far stronger, a tension that demands acknowledgement. She may reach out carefully, almost testing the waters, or she may observe quietly, letting her curiosity peak before she acts. Either way, her behavior is no longer random, it's intentional, even if she doesn't fully realize it. Some women will try subtle ways to capture your attention first. A joke, a comment, a small tease. These are all signs that she's evaluating your response. She's measuring not just what you say, but how you react. The absence you created has shifted the balance of power in the most natural way possible. She is now emotionally invested in discovering whether you will remain just out of reach or whether you will return to her world on your terms. Others will struggle silently, wrestling with feelings she can't fully express. She may feel frustration, longing, even guilt, emotions that signal one thing clearly: she has registered your value in ways she never did before. This internal tension is her mind reconciling desire with uncertainty, attraction with pride. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's also magnetic. It's the exact moment when her interest peaks, when her need to engage with you grows stronger than ever. By pulling back, you've done something almost every man fails to understand. You've created space for her mind and heart to align with your presence. The man she sees now is not just the one she spent time with casually. He is the one whose attention is rare, whose value is undeniable, and whose absence speaks louder than any words ever could. She's no longer taking you for granted. She's realizing that being with you is a choice, one she wants to make consciously, urgently, emotionally. This is why restraint works better than chasing. Silence isn't coldness, it's clarity. It's a signal that your presence is valuable, that your attention is earned, and that your absence is meaningful. When she finally acts, it's not out of obligation or habit, it's out of desire, recognition, and emotional urgency. And that is the moment when attraction transforms into connection. Curiosity becomes pursuit, and the dynamic between you shifts permanently. Pull back intentionally. Watch closely. Let her mind and heart catch up. Because when she finally reaches out, she won't just want you, she'll feel the undeniable truth that she can't ignore. You are the man she thought she could take for granted, but never truly could.